right, hello and welcome. It's a gorgeous day here in the City of Vision as we are set to watch the Colorado Inferno Football Club taking on the New Mexico Runners in Major Arena Soccer League 2. That's right, it's M2 time here in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. The Runners coming in here at 3-4-1 on the season after a overtime loss last week that was a heartbreaker for these New Mexico Runners. And it is Union night here in Rio Rancho, so we always want to welcome the Unions. Hope everybody wobbles their way in today, and it's always important, the Unions, everybody being together. It's a team here at the New Mexico Runners. We love the teams out there, but so the Runners coming in here 3-4-1 with 10 points on the season, a 3-win streak to start things off. They've been on the 5-game skid since then. On the other side, the Colorado Inferno, they're sitting just 1-6, but I mean, obviously the big news when we talk about their 1-6-ness with the Colorado Inferno is that on the season, they've got pretty much all home games left. So they've played away from home for the majority of the season. They're going to be able to finally just kick back and relax at home following this one. And the earlier time that these two teams played in the year, that was right here at the Rio Rancho Event Center, and the Runners came out. We were in a big lead to start things off, but the Inferno were able to explode as the game went along and just never looked back. They ended up winning at 16-7 after being down 5-3 at the halfway point. So we'll see how this one kind of delves out as you look at the Inferno down there. Definitely some big players on the team that will contribute for them. The Runners are getting ready to come out right now. So let's take a look at all of the New Mexico Runners. As they're here to play against the Colorado Inferno. Getting set, although I think they got lost out there. And it looks like they've got some kids to accompany them today. This is obviously for the Runners a really big game. So as I mentioned, they're on that 5-game skid. They lost 8-9 against Wichita last week right here at the Rio Rancho Event Center. The lights dropping down. This is the second to last or penultimate home game for the New Mexico Runners. Their final home game of the season will be March 18th against the Kansas Bandits. They'll be on the road against Amarillo next week, and then the day after that they head to Wichita. So two important games for the two squads, and now we are just about ready to go for the player introductions. So first up is Nate Yeager. Yeager out of Rio Rancho, New Mexico, the Rio Rancho native. Here is the head coach, oldest goal scorer in Pro Arena Soccer, Steve Familetta. Here's Colton Eward, who captains, he's from Seattle. He also is the head coach of West Mesa. Skylar Rose, they have Albuquerque as his hometown, but originally from Corrales, New Mexico. Here's Jackson Rogers, one of the main players on this team to keep an eye out for. Here is Giovanni Villalba in his second season with the Runners from Atrisco Heritage. Here is Froylan Ramirez from down south in Los Lunas. Another guy, he kind of captains the power play. Austin Snyder checking in here. Originally out of Michigan, here's Luis Martinez. Michael Stevens, someone who he seems to be getting better and better as the season goes in his first year in the Major Arena Soccer. There's Mario Matute back after being sick last week. Here's Terry Zamora, originally out of El Dorado. The former Eagle has been getting better as the season goes along as well. Josh Garcia checking in. I want to see him really start to develop a little bit more offensively. He's been carrying pretty good. Here's Murshad Ahmadi, the best player in arena soccer this season. In M2, he leads points and goals. Here's Hector Castaneda, the goalkeeper for the Runners, number 99. And he will bookend it all. So we will come back for kickoff in just a moment right now. So stick around here. You're watching Major Arena Soccer.
And now to say a prayer this evening, let's introduce Jeanette Orozco. Jeanette is a case manager for Methodist Children's Home Family Outreach. She has a passion to help serve and support families that are in need.
Father God, I just want to thank you for the opportunity we have tonight to have a night of entertainment. I ask that you bless each and every one of the staff members here today from the back end. Father God, I ask for all the behind the scenes that everything goes smoothly. I ask for protection over the teammates, Father God, and I just ask that everyone is blessed tonight in Jesus' name.
And now for our national anthem, performed this evening by Sandia Vista Elementary School Choir.
ChemDry is more than just a carpet cleaner. Our wood floor cleaning service renews the health and beauty of your wood floors so you can fall in love with them all over again. Using our ChemDry Green certified solution, we remove dirt, allergens, and grime that regular do-it-yourself cleaning methods don't fully remove. Choose ChemDry, the healthy home authority, to refresh and renew the natural beauty of your wood floors.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Mom, have you thought about whether you want to be buried or cremated when, you know?
Oh, don't make a fuss over me. Just stick me out there between Floppy and Mr. Meow.
Crown molding throughout the kitchen, and wait until you see this son of a... Are you kidding me, man? You don't live here anymore.
I'm just trying to be a good son!
I don't care. Get out of the yard.
No, get out of there!
You can't avoid your funeral. Pre-plan and take the burden off someone else.
Why are we talking about this at the dinner table? Just put my ashes in a coffee can or something. Please pass the salt, dear.
Can I help you, ma'am?
Yeah. Which can would you recommend putting my mom's ashes in?
I think I heard ashes.
I'm sorry, my mom's cremated remains.
That sounds the same.
Your mom didn't even like coffee. She drank tea.
You can't avoid your funeral. Pre-plan and take the burden off someone else.
All right, welcome back here as we are just about ready to go for this game. We will go ahead and take a look at your injury report brought to you by Care More. So the injured player today is Vincent Aragon. He's got that stomach bug, so that's unfortunate for the runners, as Aragon is an important part of this team, but they're going to have to do without him today. One of the leaders on the squad, obviously one of the longer tenured players as well. So we'll find out how this one rolls, as it's 5:05 p.m., which means time to kick this ball off. It is going to be Terry Zamora to kick things off. And there's the whistle. We are at it. The runners had the kickoff to start it. There is Colton Ord with this ball. Battle for this, and that is not good. You don't like to see a player down that way early on, and the way that he is reacting, that is not a good one. So we're going to go ahead and step aside right now from Rio Rancho Event Center. So the good news is that Luis Fernando Martinez is back up. So he is able to walk off the field. Very, very good news. You do not want to see anybody going down, as they're already pretty short on this runner's side. The Inferno will boot this ball into the stands. Looking for some long boards, but the short boards is all they found. One of the fans helps us out, gets it back rolling. Here's Froylan Ramirez to get things kicked off. With no Aragon, Froylan's going to be the guy who has to kind of lead from the front. Skylar Rose touches that ball up to Josh Garcia. Garcia off the Pho Cup boards. That is the name of the group that sponsors those boards. PHOKUP, Pho Cup. Right next to the International Soccer, Indoor Soccer Arena boards over there. Good place to play some soccer. Nobody has scored thus far here in the opening minute or so. It'll be Froylan, the captain, taking this ball from the top of the goalkeeper's box. He's got Skylar Rose next to him. No, Rose will slide it to Ramirez. Froylan bodying his way to keep that ball, but it's going to end up in a jailbreak for the Inferno. The runners hustle back to get in position, and Nate Yeager will be right where he needs to be. Rose slides so close, but Skylar doesn't get that one in. Or over to a shot by Zamora that's just off the target. And booted out of play. They're able to get some safety room, but that first line so far for the runners did a good job. We'll get a line change that will bring the top goal scorer, the top point getter in the league, as well as Jackson Rogers, who has this ball, and Mario Matute. This ball will be fed forward for Austin Snyder. Snyder battling against two Inferno players, and finally that will be blown dead. Jackson Rogers tried to steal that ball away. This one is up forward for Grimaldo Campos. That one will slide off into the boards. Campos up to play that ball. And Stevens will play that ball. Neither side able to find it. Finally, it was Campos who gets to it. He's trying to push it forward for Schiefenbein, but it is the yellow line violation. Schiefenbein. And it will be the restart taken by Mershad Ahmadi. He's got Jackson Rogers. They'll slide it to Mershad. Mershad trying to keep possession here. He does so. He's got Rogers and Yeager as options, but Ahmadi will hold on to it. Ahmadi with a shot. Centered in by Mario Matute. Dribbled forward. Looks like Gabe Prada. Just offloaded by the keeper. Here's Matute battling for this ball. Good steal away by Matute. Slides it up to Ahmadi. It's a 2-on-1 with Stevens on the right side. Slides it to Stevens. He's off target. Jackson Rogers. Ball's a little too slow for him to take the shot, so Rogers works it back around to Froylan Ramirez, but that was a good-looking opportunity for Michael Stevens, just off target on the shot. Froylan poked forward, looking for Colton Oord. He only finds the keeper, though. And that is a lot of dangerous territory, but they're able to get it out for Campos. Josh Garcia. Garcia rotates it off the boards. Bodied around in the center, and then the ball kicked out of play. That will allow the line change for the Inferno, and they really needed that as they were pressed into a lot of defense there. Josh Garcia tries to get the shot going, cannot get it home, though. Nate Yeager will be the man to play this. Looks like Francisco Rivas chasing it for the Inferno. Josh Garcia slides it around Rivas back to Froylan Ramirez. Side of the foot boot for Nate Yeager. We've seen Yeager take some shots this season. Ball back to Yeager. Yeager takes the shot up high, and it is blasted out of there by Justin Zuba. Froylan Ramirez hits it off of Zuba again. Ord floats it up to the corners. And finally an opportunity for Alvarado to lead the offense. Uh-oh, here's Rivas in the one-on-one, and Nate Yeager's foot in the way. Carlos Cotto with that ball. Up to Rivas, trying to find Cotto. Rotating it around. Ward trying to stay in the way, and it's a sneaky shot that gets in. Looks like the shot is by Luis Alvarado, and Alvarado gets the scoring going for the Inferno. We take a look again, there's a lot of bodies in the way. He sneaks it through. Yeager didn't see it till the last moment. And so the opening goal comes here about 6 minutes into the game for the Inferno. We'll see how the runners respond. Ball goes out of play quickly. So the Inferno up 1-0. As I mentioned, last time these two teams played, it was a 5-3 affair. At the halfway point before they finally just took control of the Inferno. Snyder gets it back to Justin Rogers. And here's a chance up the wing. Turning it back around is Aaron Douglas. Douglas. Here's Murshad Ahmadi. Gives it to Stevens. This time Michael is stopped by Zuba. Stevens able to keep it playing. He cuts it around a couple of times, and we've got a foul here against Stevens. That's a rough call. I think that he made a good play on that. I think the referee's really just trying to make sure that everybody stays safe. But Zuba really, I think it was a clean play there. Zuba stayed on the floor. It's at 7:56 on the clock here in the opening period. Ball booted out of play by the Inferno. Some line changes to be had. Colton Ord gives it to Josh Garcia. Garcia's got Ord in the backfield. Skylar Rose checks in as well. Rose is working as a defender today. One of those all-over guys. Up to Zamora. Zamora back to Ord. Ord rotates it off the corners. Terry's still fighting for that ball. It finally does come out for Grimaldo Campos. Nate Yeager will play that ball before it can be played by Eric Perez. The runners have spent so much time in the offensive zone, and yet shots have been a little difficult to come by in the opening part of this game. Inferno, they've got 2 shots and 1 goal to show for it. Ramirez trying to put his body in there. Good cut back around, but sailed over on the pass. And that's Carlos Cotto out there as well. It's up to Josh. Here's Nate Yeager. Yeager blasted it up for Skylar Rose, but it's right into the paws of Zuba. Off of Ur, Josh Garcia to Rose. Back to the captain, Froylan Ramirez. Froylan having to carry this ball out. Looks like he's got Francisco Rivas in his face, and then that one rotates around. Cut back to Josh Garcia on accident. Rivas looking around at asking where everybody was. Maybe the running didn't run onto the ball. Matute will take over, and Jackson Rogers comes in for Colton Ord, but Matute will quarterback this one up. He's got Austin Snyder. No, he's going to go to Murshad Ahmadi. Ahmadi way off line here. Back to Murshad Ahmadi. Ahmadi takes a body there. Mario Matute, but it's blocked by Rivas. A little difficult back there for Ariza. Referees keeping the whistles in their pockets today. Really only 1 call so far in the opening 10 minutes of play. Jackson Rogers trying to find the hole in the defense, but Rivas turns it back around, and it's going to be Cotto to Rivas. Nate Yeager with the stop. Rivas out in the corner. There's Alvarado, who's already got 1 goal today. Catches the top of the glass, and that will lead, I believe, to a timeout. It's immediate timeout, and so we're going to go ahead and take a look at our selfie cam. It's the Magic Mirror selfie cam. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? We all know it's you, it's me, and you can book Magic Mirror for your next party or event. They even have jumpers. In fact, the kids are down having fun in the jumper down here at the Runners game. Magic Mirror is a full-service party event company. You can visit them at magicmirrornm.com to book today. So we're looking for the kids on the selfie cams. Those kids know how to post a selfie. They know how to dance, too, it looks like. That kid's so busy taking a selfie, he didn't notice that he got put up on the board. There's Dad taking a selfie right there. Oh, right as he tried to wave, cut away. There's some kids with some dancing. I see some runners' scarves down there. That's pretty sweet. There's a little kid giving the dance. Woo! Back to action here as the Runners and Inferno duking it out in a 1-goal game. Good interception by Stevens. And there is a shot and a goal for the Inferno. improbable, but Gabe Prada is right on target. So there's a little bit of a blockade. Here's Prada, though. Oh, right between the legs. 5-hole, as we call it, and the 5-hole goal gives the Inferno a 2-goal lead, and it's from guys that you don't really expect from them. So the runners have a hole to dig themselves out of. So for the Inferno, their goal scorers, their leaders are Francisco Rivas, Marcus Jordan, Luis Martinez, Dominguez, Morales. This is kind of the improbable start for them, as you will, as this one will go out of play. Luis Alvarado got his second goal of the season. And then that one we just saw for Prada is also his second goal of the season. There's a shot and a goal! From range, it's Colton Ord. Ord finally gets a response for them. They needed that one. The first runner's goal of the night is brought to you by First Impressions. Take a look at it. Colton Ord from distance. Oh, check this shot. Oh, my goodness. 8-ball corner pocket, says Colton Ord. The pocket and the Inferno trying to go quickly. Great effort by the runners there. They've been caught earlier this season in those sort of, you get your first goal, and so you're too busy celebrating. The other team will come around quickly. Here is Zamora, but he's stopped. The runners still have their 2 defenders back, but they've been caught on those, not paying attention after the first goal. They were able to shut it down this time. There was Gabe Prada with the ball. Ball will kind of float around in the middle. Here's Froylan Ramirez. Josh Garcia kind of in the way. It's a one-on-one for the keeper. Missed by Alvarado, though. Skylar Rose. No, it's Ord, and there's a shot. I mean, almost impossible situation for Schiefelben. There's Cotto. And Cotto is caught a little short-handed. So 2 minutes to go here, and the runners chasing a 2-1 Inferno lead, Colorado. Ball up to Austin Snyder. Here on Union night. Matute back to Nate Yeager. There is Murshad Ahmadi taking any shot he sees. Jackson Roger tries the same, but Rivas gets in the way and then kind of clutches the back after that one. So obviously Jackson Rogers has a pretty good kick, but Rivas puts the team on his back literally. Oh, corner shot by Murshad Ahmadi, just a touch out of the frame. Slip to Rivas. It's a 3-on-2. Rivas slid behind, and that is a beauty. It's David Silva, the defender, overlapping, and Silva keeps this game rolling for the Inferno. You saw here the Inferno seemed to be just in front, able to slide that one through the defense. Sometimes the defender's just in the way, but they got very lucky. That one goes through. I say they got lucky. Obviously, a lot of skill involved with this game because 9 times out of 10 that might not work, but when you have the skill to be able to pass it cross through the defense that way, you're going to get some of those goals to work out. Garcia is flattened over near midfield. Rogers restarts it up to Amadi. Amadi averaging something like 4 to 5 points a game. Yeager will watch that one off the boards. Roll it up to Jackson Rogers. Amadi has his leg kicked out from underneath him. No call, though. Rivas will bury home the goal, and pardon me, that's Daniel Grimaldo Campos. Daniel Grimaldo Campos extends the lead to 3 for the Inferno. And right now, everything is going the way of Colorado. The game's not over yet, but for the runners, you got to get some kind of solution here. Look how excited he was. Campos, first goal of the season for Daniel. There's a slowdown up there. Daniel Grimaldo Campos. Runners try to get one to cut through. Josh Garcia almost had it. Couldn't quite, though. That was so close, and yet so far that's been the story of things here. It will be out to the corner to start for the Inferno. They're trying to make a lot of movement. For a team that only has one win on the season, they really are looking hot right now. Cotto. This one is launched into the stands. Punched by one of the photographers. Colton Ord slides it behind Cotto. Mershad Ahmadi, but it's blocked by a defender, and then Ahmadi tries again just about 6 inches high. 2 seconds on the clock. Chuck towards the goal, but that will do it for the opening period, and it was all Inferno in that one. 4-1 as we leave the first. We head now to the second. You're watching M2 here on Facebook.
The number you have dialed has been changed. The new number is...
right back into action, so they swap sides. We'll see how this one works out for, well, the runners certainly need a change in what we've seen so far. That they cannot have things work out the same way that they just did. Up to Josh Garcia. Oh, that's a handball. Daniel Grimaldo Campos called for that. Unless there was a off-ball foul. Okay, so they called the foul behind the handball. Inferno with this. And Garcia will just stick the foot out, send it into the crowd, let some of the fans get involved. Runners need some defense, so their PA announcer's calling it out. Desperately, they need that defense to be effective. Here is Ord with that ball. They need the offense, though, up to Garcia. Josh takes the shot off the board. Colton Ord chases after. Showed his dissatisfaction to the boards. Skylar Rose with this ball. Fraylin Ramirez trying to cut his way around Schiefelbein. Nate Yeager with Eric Perez in his face. Ord will launch this into the sky. Almost a completely different team than the one we saw last time. Michael Stevens missing, one of the captains. Inactive right now. That's kind of the business. Chuck forward. Oh, Skylar Rose took that one in the chest. Didn't even know the ball was coming. And the ball will be skied on the play by Gabe Prada. Fraylin Ramirez up to Colton Ord. Josh Garcia. Skylar Rose finding Josh Garcia. Trying to center across. It's no good. Caro rips it from one yellow line to the other. It's the keeper, Nate Yeager, in the way. Opportunity, Skylar Rose is stopped by Zuba. Big stop by Zuba. Runners might have the opportunity coming now to Josh Garcia, and Zuba with another big stop. Crossed around, they're looking for Michael Stevens. So they're still rolling that Steven Snyder and Mershon Ahmadi line with Matute and Jackson Rogers as the defenders on that line. Michael Stevens will chase after it. So they'll blow that one as we'll head to the timeout here, and I think that means it's time for the Baby Shark Cam. Back to action here. Here comes the former University of Colorado Springs man. As where the Inferno are out of. Yeager with a big stop on that play. Still dangerous. Yeager makes the stop once, but once is not enough. As a big goal coming in for the Inferno, they really seem to have this one in the books as Alan Ariza puts that one away. Look at this. So Yeager makes the first stop, but it's the second one behind the back as Ariza took care of business, and the Inferno really starting to run away with this ball game as runners sit 1-5. Runners need to get some scoring somewhere, and with this line in, it's that man right there, Murshad Ahmadi, that you got to look for. Ahmadi shut down by Alan Ariza, though. Jackson trying to get around. Here's Michael Stevens looking to cut in. Ball flies out. It's going to be Rivas into Matute. He's looking for Cottle. Ahmadi to Jackson Rogers. Rogers will have to chase this one down as he's bumped on the play. Yeager flipped it out, but not out of danger territory just yet. Matute slid out, but right now the runner's really just playing, get this out of my zone. They're not able to control it until just now. Murshad Ahmadi back with the headband on. He'll get it over to Michael Stevens. Stevens closes it between Zuba and the boards. Austin Snyder is taken down right at the key. The question is, as we see the blue card come in, both referees saw it, so the blue card certainly comes out, and this will be the very first power play of the game. Question is, who is the man who is headed to the box, and it looks like it's Gabe Prada. And so your first power play is brought to you by Solar Technology Innovation and Associates. The first runner power play, Coach Steve Familetta has checked into the game. So the power play unit is Ramirez, Ahmadi, Familetta, Jackson Rogers, and it looks like Snyder's playing the role of goalie screen. Pardon me, that's Terry Zamora. Murshad Ahmadi. Ahmadi blasts off the glass. Jackson Rogers back to Froylan Ramirez. Runners just rotating this one out. It is a box formation for the Inferno. Murshad Ahmadi almost hits Terry Zamora. Runners have possessed the ball, only really one good-looking shot here in the opening minute of this power play. Passes Familetta, Murshad Ahmadi to Steve Familetta. Familetta already with one goal. Jackson Rogers, no. Into Familetta. Familetta, that was pretty close to a hand by Ariza. I think it might have caught him in the hand. But we got a turnaround by Rivas. Him and Froylan Ramirez chasing this one into the defensive zone. That one gets behind the two. Murshad Ahmadi is going to get a card of his own as the player falls into the boards. So Murshad Ahmadi will serve 2 minutes. There goes Murshad Ahmadi. Originally from Afghanistan, he went to Sandia High School in Albuquerque. So we'll see 4-on-4 action for the next 40 seconds before the Inferno go on the power play. Of course, for the runners, as they lose their best goal scorer to the penalty box, Zamora and Ord carrying this forward. 4-on-4 generally means a little bit more open, as that one catches Rogers in the hands. Rogers hits it off the boards, but it's intercepted by Aaron Douglas. Douglas was the man who took that hard boarding. Here comes Alan Ariza. So each team got away with a handball in the Inferno zone. And another one is coming out. Hold on a second here, as we've got another blue card that got pulled out. I'm not 100% sure who got the call. It might have been somebody coming in and playing. They might have had 5 guys out on the pitch at the time. And players need to walk away. Referees are telling them if you don't walk away right now, you're probably getting another card. So this is an interesting call. Yeah, something went on over there by the box, and so the referees are going to take a timeout. So while they get this sorted out, the question is, why should you choose Chem Dry of New Mexico? That's the question we're all wondering. Well, the fact is they understand what you're looking for. More than just a basic cleaning that removes the top level of dirt from your carpets, ChemDry's mission is to provide exceptional customer service, a deeper, longer-lasting, healthier clean that will leave your home cleaner, safer, and you and your family much happier. Call them at 505-588-4436 or visit cleanercarpet.net. Tonight's game is also sponsored by Caremore Chiropractic Rio Rancho. Dr. Tim Bateman is the team's official physician for the New Mexico Runners. Get the best chiropractic care at Caremore Rio Rancho. They adjust children and adults of all ages. Call to schedule your appointment at 505-891-2500. And do you love the kids, but you seriously need some of that me time? Are you stressed out? Are you overworked? Are you exhausted? When the gym life sucks and you're ready for a change, get fit, stay in shape, increase your flexibility, strength, and mental well-being. Vivify Hot Yoga is a community of folks just like you. Want to have some fun and get healthier doing it? Visit vivifynm.com and sign up today. So we'll see a 5-on-3. After all the dust settles on that. We'll see if the runners can maybe get something rolling here. No, so it is 4-on. It is going to stay 4-on-4. Okay, so they decided against it. They only had 3 out there for a moment, but shot is up, no good. That one hits the top of the board. So it was an unsportsmanlike conduct call on Carlos Cotto. I don't see him sitting in the box, but that was the call they had there. Colton Oord slid to Froylan Ramirez, back to Oord. He's got Josh Garcia. That's where he goes with it. Skylar Rose is in the center. Froylan Ramirez, so it's a box versus a diamond. Froylan off the glass. Josh Garcia settles it down. Garcia cutting back with it to Ord, but it's a little overcooked. Runners have about 30 seconds left before the man comes out of the box. So I guess it coincided just perfectly with the other blue card ending. So it is Cotto who's in the box. And I would say that out of the box is Gabe Prada, who was originally in there for the tripping. It's 4-on-4 for another 7 seconds as Rose puts that off the keeper. Zuba's done such a strong day today. One man to beat, and the runners able to fight him off. It's Alan Ariza trying to look for his second goal. Nate Yeager will watch that cross the box. Runners have 5 now. Can they take advantage, though, with 30 seconds on the power play? It's up to Froylan Ramirez. Ramirez has Skylar Rose. He'll carry it across. Amati back in on the power play. It's Garcia, Rogers, Rose, Amati. Blasted off. Familetta will check back in for the final 5 seconds of the power play. And the ball is skied high. Cotto back in the game. And it looks like a timeout down there. So whether you're looking for a place to explore, eat, or have some fun, you should come here. The Rio Rancho Convention and Visitors Bureau has all the info that you need to make your stay here in Rio Rancho fun and memorable. They feature all things Rio Rancho, including your New Mexico runners. Check them out at riorancho.org for more information. And if you're looking for indoor soccer leagues to play in, how about sign your kiddos up for fun? Check out the International Indoor Soccer Arena. It's your spot for you and adult indoor soccer leagues in Albuquerque area and is the official training facility of your New Mexico runners. Sign up for leagues at internationalindoor.com. They've also got great turf over there. It's where I like to play. It's a fun place. And the Hispano Chamber engages entrepreneurs through community advocacy, networking, and innovative one-on-one training designed to help them be successful. The Hispano Chamber is a proud supporter of New Mexico's only 100% Hispanic-owned professional sports team and have the New Mexico Runners as members. Sign your business up today, and let's grow together at ahcnm.org. So the runners are still chasing that 4-goal lead of the Colorado Inferno in this I-25 battle. The drop ball goes to Zuba. It's won by the runners, but only temporarily. Inferno in the corner. Rogers will head it out to Murshad Ahmadi. Ahmadi still scoreless today. The league's top goal scorer takes a shot, but he misses. Roger back to Ahmadi. The Inferno have done a good job so far. Sliding in Michael Stevens. No! Jackson Rogers back with this ball off the boards. The runners have been so close all game long, but every shot just goes a tick wide. Here's Ahmadi. Cotto gets it around Matute. Nate Yeager out of the box. I thought that was a referee for a second because he wears the bright green, similar to what the referees wear, although he's also got the watermelon pink after the Sandia Mountains. Here's Matute. Over to Michael Stevens. Runners. Oh, Stevens battled his way for that shot, but it still was blocked at the last moment into where Snyder has this ball, trying to center it for Stevens. Cotto will break it out, and Zuba ends up with this. Zuba chucking long and forward. Crossing the zone, Stevens will just boot it out of play. That will allow both sides to make some changes. They'll bring the Ramirez, Rose, Ord, Zamora all into the game. Looking for the 5th player. Ah, there it is, Josh Garcia. Free kick at the top of the arc. And there's a big steal for Skylar Rose, but he's unable to hold on to this ball. Taken back by Campos. Campos is shut down by Yeager. Zamora battling with Rivas for this ball. Oh, that's a blue card for that one. I'd like to see that again because it kind of looked to me like Rivas threw himself into the corner boards. I don't know. A blue card for that one seems a little harsh when Rivas kind of carried himself over. But that is going to take Zamora out. Let's take a look. All right. Comes out with this. Zamora throws him offline. Oh, yep, nope. That's a shove into the boards. That's why we love replay. Good work by Jason Pohl, our director, on that one. Because by the naked eye, to me, it looked a little cheap. But once you saw the replay, the referees made the right decision. As Zamora bodied him into the boards. So it's another power play for the Inferno. Here's Cotto. And they keep rotating it around to Cotto, who's running as the captain of this power play. Ord will send this flying, and Zuba's going to have to chase it deep in his own zone, the Colorado Springs native. Inferno looking for their 2nd win on the season. In good spot to do so. Cotto, that one really winged up high. Runners have killed 45 seconds. Yeager launching long for Skylar Rose, but there's 3 white jerseys in the way. The Inferno rocking the all-white kits. Colton Ord will restart things from the edge. He and Rose were not on the same page, but Skylar Rose still gets to the ball. And Cotto will be called for the foul in the corner. Carlos Cotto. Home fans calling for the card there. Ord calling for the line to back up a touch. Ord bangs it off of the bottom. Whiteboards in this case. Taken forward by Campos. Nate Yeager comes up and stops him. The runner's really playing aggressive on the power play. Zuba looks for somewhere to go. I'm surprised he's wearing orange shoes today. The all-pink look, I kind of would figure he might rock the all-pink. Shot up. It's just wide, a touch by Cotto. And this one will catch the netting with 2:18 to go. 21 seconds on the power play for the runners. All but killed this power play. So it is a line violation. Yellow over yellow. Runners. Defense has to watch this one be taken quick by the Inferno. Cotto in the corner. Oh, that bangs into a couple defenders. That's why you put those bodies in there on the power play. Power play is over for the Inferno. And still a lot of dangerous opportunities for Colorado. Yeager had his hands on that one for a moment. Josh Garcia trying to get it out. Alvarado with this ball. Alvarado. As everybody crashing in, and finally it's Yeager who gets to it. Yeager will launch long for Zamora. Just checking in from the box, Terry. And the referee says nothing bad on that play. Looked to me like Eric Perez came in a little hot, but again, we've already seen my ability to call the game as an official from up here. Ferlin Ramirez taken down as it's Rivas who stole that ball back. Alvarado will draw the foul with less than a minute to go here in the second period. Runners will make a line change, bring in line 2. Free kick is from just beyond the bigger arc. Rogers up to Murshad Ahmadi. Inferno have been very good at keeping him in check today. Ahmadi! Almost, but just a touch wide. Here's Matute to Michael Stevens. Mario Matute. Jackson Rogers. Approaching the 20-second mark in the opening half. Jackson Rogers back to Nate Yeager. Up to Murshad Ahmadi, tries the back heel shot. Here's a goalie throw, looking for a goal, but Nate Yeager in the way. He'll just kind of kill that ball. So we will head now to halftime, and the Inferno and the Runners. Well, that first period was all Inferno. The second period, just a single goal, and it belonged to the Inferno. But we'll come back here in just a moment here from the Rio Rancho Event Center as you're watching the Runners and the Inferno.
ChemDry is more than just a carpet cleaner. Our wood floor cleaning service renews the health and beauty of your wood floors so you can fall in love with them all over again. Using our ChemDry Green certified solution, we remove dirt, allergens, and grime that regular do-it-yourself cleaning methods don't fully remove. Choose ChemDry, the healthy home authority, to refresh and renew the natural beauty of your wood floors.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome.
ChemDry is more than just a carpet cleaner. Our wood floor cleaning service renews the health and beauty of your wood floors so you can fall in love with them all over again. Using our ChemDry Green certified solution, we remove dirt, allergens, and grime that regular do-it-yourself cleaning methods don't fully remove. Choose ChemDry, the healthy home authority, to refresh and renew the natural beauty of your wood floors.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet. so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Mom, have you thought about whether you want to be buried or cremated when, you know?
Oh, don't make a fuss over me. Just stick me out there between Floppy and Mr. Meow.
Crun molding throughout the kitchen, and wait until you see this son of a... Are you kidding me, man? You don't live here anymore.
I'm just trying to be a good son!
I don't care. Get out of the yard.
No, get out of there!
You can't avoid your funeral. Pre-plan and take the burden off someone else.
Why are we talking about this at the dinner table? Just put my ashes in a coffee can or something. Please pass the salt, dear.
Can I help you, ma'am?
Yeah. Which can would you recommend putting my mom's ashes in?
I think I heard ashes.
I'm sorry, my mom's cremated remains.
That sounds the same.
Your mom didn't even like coffee. She drank tea.
You can't avoid your funeral. Pre-plan and take the burden off someone else.
The number you have dialed has been changed. The new number is...
Rio Rancho Regional Chamber of Commerce wants you to join us for the Grow Your Business Expo and Hiring event Wednesday, March 1st at the Rio Rancho Event Center from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Free admission. Meet with vendors and hear from experts on how to grow your business. Looking for a new career? Spruce up your resume and dress to impress for our hiring event. Sponsored by First Financial Credit Union, New Mexico Workforce Connection of Central New Mexico, and Artivo Academy. For more info on attending or being a vendor, visit rrrcc.org. Commerce, connection, community.
Mom, have you thought about whether you want to be buried or cremated when, you know?
Oh, don't make a fuss over me. Just stick me out there between Floppy and Mr. Meow.
Crumb molding throughout the kitchen and wait until you see this son of a... Are you kidding me, man? You don't live here anymore.
I'm just trying to be a good son!
I don't care. Get out of the yard.
No, get out of there!
You can't avoid your funeral. Pre-plan and take the burden off someone else.
Why are we talking about this at the dinner table? Just put my ashes in a coffee can or something. Please pass the salt, dear.
Can I help you, ma'am?
Yeah. Which can would you recommend putting my mom's ashes in?
I think I heard ashes.
I'm sorry, my mom's cremated remains.
That sounds the same.
Your mom didn't even like coffee. She drank tea.
You can't avoid your funeral. Pre-plan and take the burden off someone else.
The number you have dialed has been changed. The new number is...
Today's game is brought to you by French Funerals and Cremation. Every life deserves to be honored and celebrated. French Funerals and Cremations can help guide you in creating a send-off uniquely tailored to your loved one and to the needs of your family. They are always available to answer any questions you may have. Visit FrenchFunerals.com or call them at 505-843-6333. It's also brought to you by Elegance Limousines. They provide the best limousine and car service in Albuquerque. They provide premium vehicles and premium service at competitive prices. Elegance Limousines is the best transportation service and limousines Albuquerque has to offer. Call Elegance at 505-918-8002 and let us prove to you that we are the best. So less than a minute here to go before the second half kicks off. It's a 5-1 lead for the Colorado Inferno. They got things going early on with a goal by Luis Alvarado. Take a look at the only score by the runners. This was the Colton Ord. From the yellow line, the one mistake by Zuba all day. Ord got that with 3:30 remaining in the first period, but prior to that, there was the goal by Luis Alvarado and then a goal as well by Gabe Prada. To finish out the first period, they also would see the Inferno goals by David Silva and Daniel Grimaldo Campos. Then in the second period, they would get the only points in the second coming off the boot of Alan Ariza. Can the runners come back a little bit here? This would be the time to prove it. This is, of course, Arena Soccer here on Facebook. Lots of action. You tend to see high goal scoring, and the runners are a team that, they don't tend to not score. Obviously, the squad's a little short-handed today, as they have just, it looks like, two groups essentially of players, Team 1 and Team 2. Ord launching that one long over Skylar Rose. Josh Garcia pulls it off the chest and over to Colton Ord. Ord up to Garcia. Garcia lets loose, but it's high and wide. Runners average 9.9 goals a game. They're sitting on just a single one here. And a good stop by Nate Yeager to keep Rivas out of the back of the net, and Yeager will take this ball. He's got Rose forward, but he's just going to start it slowly over to Colton Ord. Ord and Zamora playing back and forth. Colton Ord is taken out. Referee reaching into the pocket, but I think maybe was just trying to make sure that the pants were fitting correctly. No power play yet. Man defense for the Inferno. Josh Garcia. Skylar Rose. Back to Terry Zamora. Froylan Ramirez, he has Mershad Ahmadi. Ahmadi tries to dance it around. Be lifted high. Josh Garcia back to Ord, so Ahmadi is checked in. It's the only change. Ahmadi, just catches the corner. Did that go in? No, Josh Garcia on the second chance. Runners cannot get the lucky bounces. And the Inferno just clear it out to get a line change. Runners will do the same. Matute over to Jackson Rogers. Up to Mershad Ahmadi. Ahmadi has his pocket picked. This could be trouble as Campos streaking up against Jackson Rogers. He will crash into the boards, Campos. Nate Yeager will get a handle on that ball. He'll slow move it up. for Jackson Rogers. Michael Stevens loses that ball. Into the corner where Eric Perez is playing it. Perez off to Gabe Prada. Prada buying space around the edge, but he's got it back to Perez. Prada. And they'll go back to Zuba, who played defense in college at Colorado State, Colorado Springs. Sorry, University of Colorado, Colorado Springs. Rogers trying to call for it, and so he will, in fact, win it. Finn with the cool New Mexico runners. Scarf was the one to play it. Matute. Right there in the corner. Snyder lost his footing, able to hold it long enough to keep the ball, and he'll give it back to Jackson Rogers. Up to Mershad Ahmadi. Ahmadi back to Michael Stevens. He'll get it over to Nate Yeager. Squad's trying to hype everybody up, but the runners offensively, shots have just not been that good, and they need to get more on target, really. That's been the problem for them. Zuba's been pretty good between the pipes, but at the same time, the runners have missed wide on so many shots. Ahmadi back to Yeager. The Inferno not allowing really any good looks for the runners. Ahmadi. Left-footed shot opens up a one-on-one, and Yeager will chase it back as it catches the board. Ord watches his line mates trickle in from the box. Skylar Rose, no. Ord knocks it off the board and into the box. Referees didn't like that one. They say it goes the other direction. Ord lifted long, but off. I mean, they've just been off the same page for the majority of it as Ord keeps looking for those searchers. Frelin Ramirez battles a blanket. Up to Skylar Rose. Colton Ord. Yeager will fold into the offense. Frelin Ramirez off Zuba, and that was a close one, but the shave is not too close for Zuba. Yeager. Pushed up, there's Cotto. Alvarado. Back to Carlos Cotto. To Rivas. Rivas takes the shot, and it's high. Runners restart this offense. Little Rapper's Delight rolling in now, and it's the delight of Nate Yeager who streamlines this ball forward. Stops, turns it around. Good to see Giovanni Villalba back in this game. Haven't seen him too much. Ward is bodied a couple of times. I'm surprised we don't see a card coming out here. But, yeah, they knocked him off the line a couple of times. Look at this one. Ward, yeah, blasted off his spot. Guess it's not too egregious. I don't know if I'd really have Cotto be one of the line guys. Cotto has been a ferocious defender today, but certainly, as you can see, not the tallest, and we will see now a timeout taken down here. So we're going to look for some lookalikes. Who looks like whom? And that's what we're going to be looking out for. I wonder, I mean, those are pretty good lookalikes. Colton Ord to restart things. They tried to slip it through, and there it is! Skylar Rose gets the runners a goal. Badly needed and finally delivered by Skylar Rose. A great restart for the runners. You saw a lot of scooting around with it, and Rose picks up that bouncing ball and brings the runners back within 3 here in the third. Now let's see if they can build a little bit of momentum. The one thing the runners have been missing is those quality shots like that. If you get a couple more, I mean, that's what the Inferno have had to this point, is that they've had 1 or 2 more of those good quality shots as Rivas pulls Zamora down. That's an easy call for any referee, as Rivas put the hand out searching for Terry Zamora. Or pardon me, that's not Rivas, that's Campos. The blonde hair keeps throwing me off. Apologize to those guys catching them off that way. Rashad Ahmadi up to Austin Snyder. Snyder corner boarded. It's Alvarado chasing up to Nate Yeager and Jackson Rogers, the defensive man for the New Mexico Runners. Rashad Ahmadi. Ahmadi setting up the Zamora shot. Can he get a second? No, as Zuba shut it down. Rogers heads it over, and the runners playing this one quickly up to Snyder. So they've altered the lines a little bit here to make it Zamora, Snyder, and Murshad Ahmadi with Rogers and Matute. Ahmadi still scoreless today. He is the league's leader in points and goals. I don't think that the goals could change, but the points could potentially change. Murshad to Zamora. Matute, Ahmadi. Cleaned up, but only for so long. The Inferno have played a lot of defense today. Snyder comes off. They bring Rose back in. Skylar Rose. Here is Josh Garcia setting up on Mahdi. Back to Ord. Stopped again. Mahdi stopped as well. The defender blocks it. They'll roll it back to Froylan Ramirez, and we've got a man down as Ord. Should be a blue card. It is. Cotto right now trying to argue the case. And right now, Zuba just telling them all, hey, back off, calm it down. Cotto's already been called for an unsportsmanlike today. And it's going to be Rivas headed to the box. The restart in the corner for Jackson Rogers. Do the runners have enough? So they're getting about 40% in the power plays this season. Rashad Ahmadi, obviously a big part of that. They'll give it over to Ahmadi. In the corner, back to Froylan Ramirez. Box defense still. And Froylan Ramirez goes for goal. Froylan Ramirez will carry it up. Out to Jackson Rogers. Froylan Ramirez slid over. Back and forth between he and Ahmadi. Rogers takes the shot. Stopped again by Zuba. We'll see Yeager take the ball as we're halfway through this power play. Shot by Murshad Ahmadi. Should be a corner kick for the runners. Coach Familetta out there. Ahmadi almost slid through. Murshad back with this ball. Familetta now. Bangs it off the boards. Ramirez will have it. Rogers. Froylan out to Jackson Rogers, who skies it. Ahmadi again so close with that ball. Froylan Ramirez. Jackson Rogers whiffs on the shot. Zamora tried to pull after it in the sky, and Zuba will hold on to this. About 15 seconds remaining in the power play. It's back to where it'll be played by Nate Yeager. 8 seconds, so one more attacking opportunity. Froylan Ramirez loses that ball, and this could be trouble as the man's going to come straight out of the box, and it's Rivas. Lifted up for Rivas. Couldn't track that ball, though, as he and Froylan Ramirez will battle for it. Froylan will end up on top. Zamora. It's a 1-on-4. Terry Zamora sets up. He'll give it to Murshad Ahmadi, and Zuba with another save. How good has Zuba been all day long? Murshad Ahmadi. Garcia, they were calling for a hander over there. And Zuba, my goodness. And there's a goal, quick turnaround. Nate Yeager looking around as Campos tucks in his second goal of the game and season. And the Inferno get this on a quick turnaround. It becomes a one-on-one, and Campos goes to the corner. Yeager couldn't make the play. The runners' offense, not getting any runs to help their pitcher out right now. Yeager, he's done pretty good keeping them to just 6 so far. The runners need to get something going. They need more goals. I mean, they've gotten the shots. High-quality shots have just been the ones that are hard to come by for New Mexico. Garcia will pull it forward. Runners, can they get it? No. Zuba with another big block. And that's another one that, oh, what a save! Now, I don't know if these are 100% accurate, but according to the stats, says that we've seen 44 saves already for Zuba today. Player kind of crumpled on his own. But Luis Alvarado, let's see again that save as Yeager pops up. Boom! Hands right on target for Nate Yeager. They say you got to be a little crazy to play keeper. Well, Yeager, he's got that crazy in him. Got to get the ball forward. There's Aaron Douglas helping to push it forward. Carlos Cotto to Rivas, and it's blocked again by Nate Yeager. Yeager will catch that ball. He's looking for somewhere to go. Up to Josh Garcia. Everybody tripping over. Frelin Ramirez slides it to Murshad Ahmadi. Corner shot, though, shut down by Zuba. Alvarado, he's got the one-on-one. He's going to have to tuck it away, though, as Josh Garcia showed up. But yeah, they've got 44 saves next to Zuba on 46 shot attempts by the runners. Time expires in the third. So after 3, the runners have 2. The visiting Colorado Inferno with 6. We'll be back in a moment for the final period.
ChemDry is more than just a carpet cleaner. Our wood floor cleaning service renews the health and beauty of your wood floors so you can fall in love with them all over again. Using our ChemDry Green certified solution, we remove dirt, allergens, and grime that regular do-it-yourself cleaning methods don't fully remove. Choose ChemDry, the healthy home authority, to refresh and renew the natural beauty of your wood floors.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Mom, have you thought about whether you want to be buried or cremated when, you know?
Oh, don't make a fuss over me. Just stick me out there between Floppy and Mr. Meow.
Crown molding throughout the kitchen, and wait until you see this son of a... Are you kidding me, man? You don't live here anymore.
I'm just trying to be a good son.
I don't care. Get out of the yard.
No, get out of there.
You can't avoid your funeral. Pre-plan and take the burden off someone else.
Why are we talking about this at the dinner table? Just put my ashes in a coffee can or something. Please pass the salt, dear.
Can I help you, ma'am?
Yeah. Which can would you recommend putting my mom's ashes in?
I think I heard ashes.
I'm sorry, my mom's cremated remains.
That sounds the same.
Your mom didn't even like coffee. She drank tea.
You can't avoid your funeral. Pre-plan and take the burden off someone else.
Those French's commercials are pretty funny. I'm not sure which coffee can would be the best one, but it is something to think about. Which coffee can, make sure you put that in your will, folks, or just contact French's instead. French Funerals, proud supporter of the New Mexico Runners, and we're already going to have to turn this one around. Let's try again. If at first you don't succeed, just kick it off again. We're having a chat with Perez. I think Perez was off too early. Stolen away, Skylar Rose has it picked out of his pocket by Campos. Ball blasted into the stands. Will be runner ball. It was from the defensive zone, so they'll take it at the top of the arc. Runners in need of offense have brought the sixth defender, and Murshad Ahmadi finally sneaks one in off of the keeper. That one is on Zuba as Murshad Ahmadi adds his 33rd goal of the season. League leading 33. Left-footed shot. It bounces off of Zuba and in, and there's really, as a keeper, nothing that is more unfortunate. So the score goes to 3-6, and the Runners are still within fighting distance. A couple more goals, and all of a sudden, we've got a completely different landscape. They've got to get those goals. You like to see, for the Runners, them get the goal this early in the fourth. As I said, the shots have been there. As Garcia battling like mad to hold this ball. Jackson Rogers, I don't think he's wearing gloves. He's the sixth defender. Or sixth, rather, offensive player. Murshad Ahmadi steals another one. Ahmadi streaking down the pitch. He'll rotate it off, and it's a little too angled for Skylar Rose. Rose up to the defensive man in the goalkeeper outfit, Jackson Rogers. Jackson over to Ord. Rogers back with this ball. Thinks about it. He'll give it to Ord instead. Ord tries to bury it home. Runners potentially could still have this ball. Zone cleared by Schiefelbein. Jackson Rogers. Colton Ord was about to rotate out. They do get the rotation as Zamora comes into the game. Terry Zamora up to Jackson Rogers. Matute to Murshad Ahmadi. Ahmadi looking for somewhere to take this ball, and there's no option at goal. So Matute takes it, stopped. Turnaround shot is a little high. Cotto able to hold on to it. Matute able to stop it twice. Can he get the ball to his man? He certainly can to Garcia. Garcia crosses for Austin Snyder. And Zuba right in there. What he's done so good is track the ball. The runners have just not been able to get those crosses that open up the obvious shot. That's been their struggle all game. So, yeah, for the New Mexico runners, they've got 51, well, call it 52 shot attempts. That's going to be 49 saves for Zuba. Justin Zuba has been indomitable today. He'll likely end with at least 50 saves. And there is a shot by Rivas from range as Jackson Rogers was not in position. Goal was open, and the Inferno put up their 7th goal of the game. As, yeah, Jackson Rogers out of position. He's frustrated with himself for that. The fans here in Rio Rancho quieted for most of this game. As offensively, the runners have not been too strong today. Not sure what the change has been. Maybe the Inferno's defense has just been that suffocating. But Froylan Ramirez, as Rose tried to reflect it. This one's reflected out by Alan Ariza. Runners keep this ball. I mean, they've had the ball the entire 4th period, it seems, for 5 minutes, and yet there it is. Goalkeeper goal by Rogers. He buys it back for the runners. Jackson Rogers with the score. Look at this from behind the yellow. Well, he stepped just beyond it. I don't know if either way, they are going to count the goal, and the runners will get their 4th of the game. They've still got to chase by 3, though. Every time they've come within this, the Inferno have been able to respond. Ball's back for Rose. Here's Murshad Ahmadi. He's got a couple of guys. It's Stevens. And another stop by Zuba. We've got a blue card on the pole, and coming out of the game is David Silva. Or, sorry, it's not Silva. That looks like Ariza who's headed to the box. It'll be another power play, and so it'll be essentially a 6-on-4. Coach Famoletta steps into the game. It's a penalty shot as it was inside the box. And it's a timeout taken by the referees. Can we take a look? Do we by chance have that replay? Because right now the discussion is whether or not it was in the box. Our director, Jason Pohl, is looking for that one right now, as that is a crucial moment as the referee's right now discussing it, whether it will be the penalty or not. Here it is. So, yeah, it's the pull down on Stevens that they're calling. And that was absolutely in the box. There's no question about that. They were standing right inside of it. Look at that. He is, I mean, right there within the arc. So it should be a penalty if they're going to call that. Discussing it now with Francisco Rivas and Rashad Ahmadi. So Ahmadi will have the uncontested penalty opportunity. Everybody making sure they're on the right side of that line. Everybody's got to be on that backside. I believe Ahmadi can dribble this forward. Rashad Ahmadi. A chance to bring it to 2. Ahmadi fakes it around, and there it is! 2 goals on the day for Ahmadi. And there is this place getting a little loud now. Ahmadi almost lost it as he dribbled it around. Goes a little whoop. It was too far for himself, but he was able to still get that angled shot as the defender tried to slide in. So that should end the power play as well. Inferno will have 5 as the runners get number 5, and with plenty of time in this game, it becomes a 2-goal game. Jackson Rogers still in it for the runners in the goal crease. I thought Castaneda might have come in for a moment there, but they've got Rogers. Ahmadi loses this ball, and then Ord buys some time for his club. For the Inferno, realistically, I think they just need to hold on to some offensive time as it's rotated around. Josh Garcia fights off one man. He's got Rose. Shot by Rashad Ahmadi, Skylar Rose. There was some tough corner work over there by Eric Perez on the defense, as well as Aaron Douglas. All over to Jackson Rogers. Josh Garcia loses his footing, and it's stolen away by Perez. Colton Ord has this. Froylan Ramirez, Skylar Rose gets number 2. The runners have made this a 1-goal game late. And that's Skylar Rose. That bounce around ball. You see Ramirez chucks it in. And Zuba is just out of position. Not much you can do in that spot if you're Justin Zuba. And the runners have made this game interesting now as they've fought their way back into it. Only 1 goal in the first half for the runners. And right now the Inferno desperately need another goal, but the ball has just stayed with New Mexico. Even when the Inferno kicked the ball off, they end up giving it right back to your New Mexico runners. There's Jackson Rogers, who kind of started the spree, if you'd like to call it that. That's what I'm going to call it. Froylan Ramirez ties the ball game. Froylan, the captain, number 11. Long corner shot, and Zuba's magic seems to have disappeared. Ramirez heading out to the kiddos. He draped somebody in a scarf or a jersey, I'm not sure what, but Froylan Ramirez has just hooked up one of the fans and hooked his team up. Look how excited that kid is down there. I still can't see what he got, but now all of a sudden Nate Yeager back into the game as we are square again. It's taken some time as Yeager gets bailed out by a high shot. That one could have really changed the landscape of this ball game. Shot that time by Alan Ariza. Rose trying to cut it to Michael Stevens, but he's offline. Stevens will win the ball back, though, from David Silva. Silva chucked into the box. Froylan Ramirez, the team's captain, and right now the man who has delivered a tie ball game to the runners. But here is Cotto. And Yeager almost saves it, but Rivas on the reflection shot, and the Inferno finally respond. After giving up a torrent to the runners, they will respond here, and the two sides will take a timeout. So, speaking of timeout and taking a rest, getting the true rest you need is easier than you think. Why not recover from the hard day's work or even rest your mind and body? True Rest Float Spa Albuquerque can help you rest and recover, which will help you regenerate your mind, body, and spirit. From now on, become a Basic Plus or Premium member and float for 30 days, unlimited for free. Visit True Rest Albuquerque on Facebook to claim this offer. And tonight's game is also sponsored by Clark's Pet Emporium. When you're looking for the best pet store in town, look no further than Clark's Pets, with 2 convenient locations. In Albuquerque, you can swing in to get what you need. Clark's Pet Emporium is your pet's second best friend. Visit them at 4914 Lomas or 11200 Manal, clarkspets.com. And High Noon Restaurant and Saloon is Albuquerque's premier steakhouse and saloon. Margaritas, steaks, enchiladas, all in Old Town Albuquerque, New Mexico since 1974. The High Noon is a proud partner of your New Mexico Runners. They also have the Runners away jerseys, those really cool white and blue jerseys that the Runners rock on the road, which they'll be rocking a few more times this season, especially next week as they head to Amarillo and to play Wichita. Runners need a little bit more magic here. Matute steals the ball back. It's back to Jackson Rogers. Rogers barely able to poke it away. It's still the offensive zone opportunity. Ball rolls off the boards. It'll be a corner. So the Inferno, as I mentioned, will finish out the rest of the season at home. Next weekend they play against the Kansas Bandits. Then they'll have a 2-day trip against Wichita. Rogers stops that ball, and he'll get that ball as well. Quickly forward. Ball blasted high on the shot. It was Villalba on the shot, but so the Wichita Wings will be in Colorado Springs for the 18th and 19th, and they finish the season out against the Amarillo Bombers. Of course, the Soccer House Sports and Event Center in Colorado. From what I saw, I was watching one of their streams the other day, and got a pretty good location to go and catch the games. Almost as good as this one. Rio Rancho Event Center, one of the premier event centers. Jackson Rogers feeling that, giving a little dance. Ferlin Ramirez inside to Skylar Rose, trying to turn and shoot. Back to Mershad Ahmadi. The man who has been a nightmare for defenses in the league. Ahmadi comes into today's game with 32 goals. He's gotten 2 today, so that gives him 34. Number 2 on the list, David Treviso from Amarillo with 19 goals. So Mershad Ahmadi is, I mean, even if he didn't play another game this year, I bet he would probably still end. Oh no, Jackson Rogers able to rip it out just in time. Yeah, even if Ahmadi didn't play another game this season, I think his 34 is good enough for a Golden Boot. Certainly going to be an all-star this year again. Rogers to Ahmadi. Rose! Reflected out. Ord. Caught in the corner. Everybody flying around. There's 5 minutes to go, and it's an 8-7 game. Regardless of the outcome, this one has certainly been exciting. As the runners trying to get that point. It's going to be tough for them to catch up to Wichita. So the way that the standings sit here in the Midwest, Amarillo atop with 8-2 record. They've got 24 points on the year. Wichita with the 6-2 record. They are sitting on 17 points this season. Runners start out the season with a 3-game win streak, but since then it's been a little dicey. They've got 10 points on the year with the 3-4-1 record. So you get 3 points for your wins. You get 1 point for the overtime loss. Kansas Bandits sitting in 4th place with a 3-6 record and 9 points. And then Colorado Inferno bring up the bottom of the. Here's Josh Garcia. Zuba couldn't get his glove on the ball. Well, couldn't keep it on it anyways. With 4 minutes to go. Colorado Inferno 1-6 coming in here. Outscored by 44-81 on the season. Mershad Ahmadi with a good boot on the inside. The Inferno able to stop that ball. Rivas will fall down. Garcia trying to earn one as well. Colton Ord. Referees are watching out for it. They're not giving these easy ones. Both squads have guys just trying to earn any free kick they can get. Zuba right now talking with Alan Ariza, trying to set the defense up. It's going to be restarted from the top. Ferlin and Mershad Ahmadi. And so the runners want a timeout. While they take a timeout, we'll step aside as well here from the Rio Rancho Event Center, home of the New Mexico Runners. Jackson Rogers in position to play this. Rashad Ahmadi tried to take the shot. He'll cut it in for Josh Garcia. This ball still bouncing around, and it's Campos. Ramirez is closing down to shut the door. Runners will get the ball at the corner. Garcia just lifting it up. There's 3 minutes left. Can New Mexico get their 8th goal of the game? Campos pulls that around. Campos looking for the hat trick. Daniel Grimaldo Campos hits his 3rd goal of the game, and that one is likely the icing on the cake for the Inferno. Nine to 7 now for the Colorado Inferno as Daniel Grimaldo Campos walked into today's game with no goals on the season, and I'm sure everybody back at the soccer house who were watching up on the big screen or however they're watching it today are chucking their hats out on the turf. But with 2:45, the Runners in dire straits. They need to hunt. Colorado Inferno have certainly been vocal today. As we see the Let's Go Runners displayed. It will be a corner kick. Frelin Ramirez back to Jackson Rogers. Rogers unloads, catches the corner glass. Back heel kick, and it's Colton Ward who gets there. Rashad Ahmadi fighting off 2 men. Jackson Rogers. Colton Ward. The defense today by Colorado has been excellent. It's kicked out of play by Jackson Rogers in the face of Gabe Prada. Prada, who got on the scoreboard back in the first. And really, the big difference in today's game was that first period. So the Colorado Inferno come out, they put up 4 goals in that period, only 5 since. Whereas the Runners, this 4th period's been where their goals come. They got 5 goals here in the 4th. But the problem is only 2 otherwise. Slid forward looking for Skylar Rose and Cotto. Cotto putting on the... Oh, that's going to be a card, no question. I hope Skylar's all right. Hard. That's a tough, tough play when guys go streaking up that way. But, yeah, it's a tough one, but it's going to be a boarding call every time. So Carlos Cotto... he's going to head to the box for the 2nd time tonight. The Runners will finish this game a man up unless they can score a goal. Coach Familetta is out there. He's getting vocal. Fans trying to get some energy. Coach Familetta to take this from the corner. The oldest goal scorer in organized arena soccer. Jackson Rogers catches a little high. That one will force him to rush down the field. He can pull the gear down a touch, and he'll restart it up to Frelin Ramirez. Here's Ramirez again. Ramirez caught a little high. Catches the top over there. With 1:20 to go, the runners still have the man advantage. Up to Coach Familetta. Froylan Ramirez. Here is Jackson Rogers. Couldn't get it through traffic. Up to Rivas. Rivas will have the long shot opportunity. He'll miss wide. A minute to go. Gary Zamora. Up to Rogers. Mahdi. Rashad back to Jackson Rogers. Header attempt by Villalba. Giovanni Villalba. And then long shot by Froylan Ramirez finds its way out to the Rio's birthday party zone. .14 on the clock. And it looks like this is all but said and done as the New Mexico runners put up a fight. They got this game back even momentarily there, but the Inferno were able to come in and get 2 late goals. Rivas and Campos had the 2 that took them ahead, and that is all she wrote here. The runners drop another one as the skid continues this season for New Mexico. They fall to 3-5-1 on the year. The Colorado Inferno will move up to 2-6. So they will be happy, I'm sure, to get that number. But that's all we've got for you here from the Rio Rancho Event Center in M2 Soccer. Don't forget, the season finale here will be on March 18th. We'll have the Kansas Bandits back in the house, the folks from Dodge City. That will be out on the 18th. The runners on the road next week, so you're going to have to catch them on the stream. But want to thank everybody involved today, our entire crew here at ProView Networks. Aaron Rivera saying thank you for watching. Have a great night.